Hello. How are you today?
Hello. I am doing well. I just realized how important it is to meet the needs of all my learners.
What do you mean?
Well, assessment is important to determining your students' learning needs. By identifying the proper tools and resources, your student or child could achieve learning success. One lesson could work for another child, but would not work as effectively for the next. This is why it is important to evaluate whether if your child or student is an auditory, visual, or kinesthetic learner.
This makes sense. For the auditory learner, the student would enjoy learning by listening and vocalizing their thoughts and ideas. They are good at absorbing information through spoken words, and discussion is important to help re-emphasize points.
Indeed. Audiobooks and listening stations would also be helpful for the students. Afterward, you can always follow it with a discussion so they can voice out what they have learned and reinforce their study. Also, the most ideal environment for these learners is anywhere with less distraction with noise to focus on their listening abilities.
You're right. Other activities you could also do is word associations and creating songs. When they need to recall the material, they can always tap into the song or word association to create meaningful understanding of the subject. But how about the visual learners?
For the visual learners, they would need illustrations and charts to learn because they are often impatient after listening for a certain amount of time. Videos, flashcards, and writing material down as they would listen to it works well for them. To accommodate this learner, I would usually incorporate graphs, charts, illustrations, and color coding to enhance their learning experience.
This is why I would not only encourage my students to write their story, but to also draw out their illustrations in each page. It helps them remember what words they put down in their own book.
Yes. That process would enable them to work on their comprehension skills. For other comprehension activities, you could also provide a follow-up sheet for them to fill out the answers and assess if they understood the story, and underneath the answer, there could be an empty box for them to fill out with an illustration.
I see. By writing and illustrating, the student is able to work on their comprehension skills and improve on their reading fluency as well.
Finally, there's the kinesthetic learners. This learner needs to stay active while learning and may not be able to learn sitting still. These students generally need to highlight while learning or tracking with their fingers while reading. Also, they would need to take frequent breaks to move around in order to refocus their attention again.
I agree with you. This learner needs project-based assignments to build meaning to their work and understanding. In a kindergarten reading and writing environment, you could use Play-Doh and ask them to create words using the clay. They would put an association of making the Play-Doh to the words, and they are able to learn the words through play.
Great idea.
As educators, it is important for us to create lessons that could meet the needs of multiple learners to create the best learning experience for a child. Activities and learning should be project-based and allow the students to work independently and cooperatively. It gives the student opportunities to be successful independently and builds on their confidence to work within a group.
Yes, their confidence is built through their contribution to the team. If they are able to utilize their talents and skills, it would enhance their learning experience in a multitude of subjects and in their career. These early habits re-emphasizes to a child their strength and abilities. Understanding these factors at an early age allows for them to explore various career options and instill the values of a lifelong learner.
I completely agree. Creating the right environment and space for them to learn is the first step to help them identify their identity and place in this world. Having a sense of self allows for them to develop their passion and skills at an earlier age. This would enable them to know what they can do to contribute to their society at a global and ecological level.
Thank you so much for your time today. I look forward to seeing you soon at readinghackers.com.
Likewise, my friend. See you soon.